Hey everybody, Chris Gault here, Healthy Living with Chris Gault. I'm not bouncing around the world just now, so I'm actually going to get back to some of my self-help videos. So here we go. This one is, if you want to succeed in life, just start living. And the key word is start. So what do I mean by that? Let's get to it. Make sure you watch the full video because I'm going to go over a lot of tips here, but they all tie together. So if you just take one of the tips and do that, it's just not going to work. So make sure that you watch the full video and make sure you take action. That's the start part. You got to start, and I'm going to go into that a little bit more down the road, but make sure that you take action, because remember Newton's law that a body at rest stays at rest and a body in motion stays in motion unless a force is acted upon it. And basically what that means is that if you are stagnant in your life or you are moving in the wrong direction, the only way to make a change to that is to take action. So many of us live life on the sideline and we're just watching other people do these great things, but we're not doing anything ourselves. For instance, we're watching YouTube channels of people living these awesome lives, or we're watching TV shows where people are living these awesome lives, and we're like, wow, that person's living an awesome life. He's got the fancy car, the fancy house, whatever. The thing is that we're not starting our own life, and that's more important than watching somebody else's life. So how do we start our lives? Let's go over some tips. So the first thing is to find out what you want in life, because you can't go in a direction if you don't know what you want. So the first thing is to find out what you want in life and to set a goal. There's a few examples here. Do you want to own your own company? I did that when I opened up my running store, and I had that for 13 years. I really wanted to do it, so I did it. Do you want to get healthier? I went vegan and I eat very healthy. Do you want to travel more? I travel the world, and you can see it through my vlog. Do you want to learn a different language? Okay, I'm lost there. I only know one language. Unfortunately, I would like to learn a language, but I have to find time to do that. Do you want to get rich? I mean, there's all sorts of things that are out there that you can do. Like, what is it that you want in life? Do you want the fancy car and the fancy house? Well, then you have to do something in order to get those. And just watching somebody else live a life is not going to get you there. So first you have to find out, what do you want in life? One of the things I want to do now is I really want to grow my YouTube channel, so I'm working on my YouTube channel. So you have to do that. And then you set the goal. So maybe you set your goal that you want to lose 50 pounds in a year. So find out what you want in life, set a goal, and then we move on to the next tip. The next tip is to establish your why. Like, why do I want to do this? And the stronger the why, the better chance you have in achieving your goal. Why do I mean by that? Well, I'm going to go over some examples and that'll explain it. Let's say your goal is to lose weight. So why do you want to lose weight? Do you want to lose weight because you want to look good? That's a good why. I mean, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I think we should all look as good as possible. That gives us great health, mental health when we look our best. So that's important. Do we want to do it because we want to look good and be healthier? That's a better why. Do we want to look good, be healthier, and do you want to be healthy enough so you can be around for your kids if you have young kids or grandkids? And you want to be around for them as you grow older. That's an awesome why, because now you've got some real stuff behind why you want to achieve this goal. And then you'll always remember that stuff when you're tempted not to go after the goal. So if it's to lose weight and someone hands you a donut, you're like, I want to make sure I'm there for my grandkids or my kids. I want to make sure that I'm healthy. I want to look good. So you know what? All that is more important, that instant gratification of getting that donut. So that's why the why is so important. So first you find out what you want in life, and then you get your why, and if your why is strong, you're already about 70%, 80% getting to your goal. Another example, just to throw them out, is, do you want to own your own business? And you might want to do it because, hey, it's really cool to own a business. People are going to know me in the neighborhood. That's really cool. It's kind of a weak why. If you want to control your own destiny, that's a pretty good why. That's one of the reasons why I did it. I had a huge commute. I wasn't seeing my son. I was working so many hours, it was ridiculous, and so I never saw him. And like I said, the commute was really long. It was like I was losing 3 hours on the road every day. So owning my own business, I opened up a store like an hour away from my house. So doing that, I controlled my own destiny. I was able to see my son more, and actually it just ended up being a much more fun way of living life as opposed to going in and clocking out every day. Not only to control your own destiny, but there's another reason, a why maybe, to determine my self-worth. and not leave that to my boss. Like, do you want your boss to determine how much you're worth per hour, or do you want to determine that yourself by your hard work and how you grow your business? That's another great reason why you want to own your own business. The other one may be to gain more freedom in your life. You do work a lot of hours, and I'm not going to kid. When you're working a lot of hours, but if you like what you do, you're actually having a lot of fun doing it, then you're doing what you want to do, but you also have some freedom there, because if you get staff or you build your business the right way, you can back away for a little while, and you have to check up on it. You know, you can't not do that, but you can check up on your business when you're even overseas or in a completely different country. You can do that. Nowadays it's very easy with cell phones. You can contact anybody anywhere, and so you can run a business almost anywhere. Those are all fantastic whys as to why you would want to own your own business, as opposed to the one that is, hey, it seems kind of cool if people would know that, oh, I own that store. That's not really a good why. So make sure your why is strong. That's going to get you, like I said, about 70 to 80% there, but what else do we have to do? We have to make a plan. So you have a goal, but a goal is just a dream if you don't have a plan in order to how to get there. So you have to have a plan, and it's really good, I think, to have a long-term plan and a short-term plan. Like, where do you want to be a year from now? Where do you want to be 5 years from now? But then also have the plans broken up weekly. So let's go to the weight loss example. I want to lose 50 pounds in 1 year. That's an awesome long-term goal because it's achievable. But now you have to break that down into pieces, so into short-term goals. So why would a great short-term goal would be to lose 1 pound per week. There's 52 weeks in a year. You can actually lose 52 pounds in a year, but it gives you 2 weeks where if you happen to veer off 1 week. So it's actually a really good goal. To lose 1 pound per week, you're down 50 pounds in a year, and you even have some leeway in there. And then the next tip is then to track your progress. You got to track your progress for where you are, reality, or I used to say as a finance guy, budget versus actual results versus the budget. What you have to do is do the same thing. Your goal and your short-term goals are your budget, and then you have to track your actual. Where am I really? How am I losing weight? Am I losing the weight? And so then you do that. And if you miss a short-term goal, don't beat yourself up. You just continue to focus on that long-term goal. So if you happen to not lose any pounds that 1 week, then you have to lose 2 the next week, or you have that 2-week leeway in there that helps you out if you build a little bit of fluff into your short-term goals. And I would always recommend building a little bit of fluff into your short-term goals to get to your long-term goal, because there's always going to be something that pops up that you're just not going to be ready for. And so make sure that you build a little bit of that in. The next tip is, this is very important, is to have patience and allow yourself grace. And what do I mean by that? It means you're not going to lose the 50 pounds overnight. You're not going to have that big business company is not going to become a huge mega success overnight. Your YouTube channel, if you start a YouTube channel, it's not going to go from 0 subscribers to 1 million subscribers in 1 day. It's just not going to happen. And it's not always going to track to what your goals are, even your long-term and short-term goals. But don't beat yourself up, just keep working towards that goal, and you'll eventually get there. So make sure that you have that, allow yourself grace, meaning that if you mess up 1 week, just don't beat yourself up, because that's just not going to help. Beating yourself up doesn't help anybody. It doesn't help you out. It doesn't help anybody out. And so don't beat yourself up. Just keep going forward. You can't change it. There's some very wise people out there that say you can't change the past. You can only change what you do in the future and in the now. And so what you do is you just concentrate on changing what you're doing in the present and forget about the past, because it's already done. If you didn't hit your goal, move on to the next week and work on that. And one of the most important tips before I get to the last tip, which I think is the most important tip, and brings us right back to what the title of this video is all about, is don't quit. There's so many people who don't reach their goals in life because they quit before they get it. So I only lost 1 pound in 3 weeks, so this isn't working, I'm gonna quit. Don't quit. Keep going, because if you quit, you lost. You can't win. You can't hit your goal if you quit, right? So what you do is you just work towards your goal. You keep going forward. Remember, you can't change the past. don't quit. Just keep going forward. And if you keep going forward, the people who don't quit are typically the ones who actually end up achieving their goals. And obviously the ones who quit don't achieve their goals. And here we go with the most important tip of this whole thing. And it brings it all back to the title. Like I said, the key word is start. Start today. It's so easy to say, I'm going to do this next week. I'm going to do it next month. Oh, you know what? I want to lose weight, but geez, you know, the holidays are coming up and I want to eat during the holidays. Oh, you know what? The Super Bowl is coming up. Oh, Jimmy's birthday is next week. I can't start this now. You have to start now. If it has to do with the business, if it has to do with whatever, if you want to learn a new language, start now. I mean, you're never going to get to your goal if you keep saying tomorrow, because tomorrow never comes. And that's all I had for the video. And if you have any thoughts or any questions, please leave them in the comments below. And if you like the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And if you know anybody who can use this type of video, make sure you share the video and the channel with them so they can join in all the fun. And for more tips on how to live a happier, healthier life, 2 videos are going to pop up any moment. You can click on any of those videos and you can continue your happy, healthy living journey. And I will see you all next time.